What a wonderful day, and we're back at it again. Look at that. In my hastiness to sell the F71, I kind of left myself without any transport, and Euro barges seem to make their way back into my life. So that's the latest acquisition. Got a bad tranny missing gear situation, which is popular on these things, so I've ordered a part and we have to do that by the end of the day. But these are the panels that have been slowing down the 53, B pillar and A pillar. So we're back on it. We're back on the old girl. So she's going to get done kind of the first 2/3 of the day, and then we'll be on the Volvo transmission issue at the later end of the day. So I've got the sill right there. I'm going to take some measurements now for the door and all that good stuff, and then start cutting and welding. After a bit of a garage clean, look at that. All that room. Yay. Started off with the door up, and it's only rough, but I'm happy with where the A and the B pillar are location wise. That is fine. The door's a little open, that's why it opens up as it goes down. But I am totally happy with that. It's tight at the front. And then, yeah, I'm totally happy. It pinged when I cut the sill off. And this thing's had a bit of a bang, a bit of a tickle in its life. So how square it is, we don't actually know yet. But I'm happy with the door position. I'm gonna have a bit more of a wiggle with it. Yeah, have a look. Just had a bit more of a wiggle with it, and you can see it opens up at the bottom there, and then goes tight at the back there. Yeah, I'm happy. I'm totally happy with the position of the A and the B pillar. Game on. Hokley dokley day. We have 2 A pillars, 2 sills, and 2 B pillars, and 2 cab corners on Fat Betty. Fat Betty is getting fatter. So, there we go. That's all done. Obviously, I've got to throw some filler at it yet, but kind of looking a bit more complete. So what I did was I moved on to the inside. Now, those crusty old things on the floor down there are the old bed mounts, which would sit in this area here. But that little tray there is completely rotten, so cut the 2 corners out. I don't know how the Explorer floor is going to mate up here, and I don't know what the situation is going to be height-wise, how high the Explorer floor is going to sit. But this is all crusty, so I'm going to have to figure out, I'm probably going to put 2 flat pieces of steel going back in line with the sill here and run a big box section cross member through this area, higher up, I think, around here. And then I'm going to probably chop all this out and then just put that cross member up against the back wall. I have a heat gun. This is all kind of gummy, waxy stuff. If I could get that stuff off and go back to clean metal, that'd be bloody awesome. But we'll just have to see how that goes. So yeah, that is it for now. So what are we on to tomorrow? So Volvo transmission stuff should be here tomorrow, and then we'll do some more chopperooning. For this next piece, there may have been wine involved, which was a deciding factor on what transpired next.
Holy shit, I just bought something! Holy shit! Oh my god! I just bought something. Okay.
What did you buy?
Mountaineer, Mercury Mountaineer.
Was that anything you planned on getting?
Hang on.
So after doing that little bit of a wrap-up video then on the work today, I was just about to close the doors, got a phone call, and it's the transport company. I was expecting the Mountaineer to be here like maybe next Tuesday. It's going to be here tomorrow, between 8 and 9. Fuck! I'm not quite ready really. I got transmission to do on that, and a dead Mountaineer with no registration about to be plonked on my street. tomorrow morning. Yay! Good times. The sun is peeking through. It is 6:49 in the morning. This is definitely not a time of day that Nathan's garage functions in the exterior. But today we are, because we have the Mountaineer arriving. So I have got a ton of shit to do, as in moving that cab out of there and into there and clearing a ton of space to hopefully back. I'm hoping this guy comes in a fairly small truck, because if he can reverse down here and back the Mountaineer into there, that would make my life a ton easier. So, ready to work. Right, the shipper's just texted me saying he's going to be here in 30 minutes. It's now 7:33, and the cab is on dollies, just on all the new sills and stuff. It may bend some stuff, but I can't do anything about it right now. If anything kinks or bends, I'll bend it back. So this is on wheels, and now, as always, on my own, with real bad planning, I'm going to try and get it in there. Don't know, we'll see. It may be a case of I just get it out onto the sidewalk or something, then hopefully we can get that Mountaineer in, and then we can worry about getting the cab into there. But I'll give it a go first. A little tired again, but we got it done. She's in there, gonna get a tarp, because it's gonna rain in a couple of days, and we've got a lot of bare metal on that. But the main thing now, hopefully, the shipper is here in a small truck, and he can back in here and load it straight in the garage. That's the hope. But right now, cabby's in there, happy days. It's so weird to see the garage empty. It really is. This is one hard-working garage, and it is very unusual to see her completely empty. She shall be filled up soon. Oh yes, she will. Here she is, on a very, very wonky trailer. A very wonky trailer indeed, but as long as she's straight, happy days. Happy, happy days. Look at that then. The new heart. Yeah, let it go. Oh, you put it, you brake. Yeah, perfect. So I'm not going to lie, when I was looking at the photos of this, because it was in San Diego, and I did not see it before I bought it, yay, never buy a car sight unseen, unless you're me, I saw that connector off and I was like, oh okay, so it must be that. I didn't see that. So, it's been very localized, which makes me happy. So obviously that's cooked itself, the airflow meter thingy, whatever it is. Air filter cover, and look, the fire, I would say, you can see right down there in that old mess. Shit. Well, the gap. Oh, fucking hell. That kind of gap there, that loom. See it? Yeah, that bluish wire there. That's probably grounded itself out somewhere and had a bit of an old fire rooney. So I'm going to go up to the scrapyard later on. So I'm going to whip all this stuff off now and see if this is a section of loom or whether it's going to have to get, I don't know, repaired, replaced, whatever, I don't know. Okay, so moving on. Hood is off. And we're figuring it out slowly, so yeah, looks like, I don't know, something grounded itself out, I would say, in this area. Now this loom is a big old girl, So it's pretty much the entire engine bay. So I'm not gonna get a whole new loom. I'm gonna go to a scrapyard, cut one, and put it, you know, up here, and then repair it all in, solder a new section in, and then see if the all go work. So we'll be heading up to the yard in a short while. Need the new airflow meter thing, because that's cooked itself. But yeah, gotta be awesome if this was running by the end of today. It's so like clean, like the transmission oil, red, the reddest red. So 100,000 miles, seriously, reddish red. Radiator full of coolant, not a leak on the truck, not a tear on the seat. She's pulling at my heartstrings actually to get this one back on the road and sell it, but we'll see. We'll get her running and see how she drives. I really am still marveling at how clean this truck is. So, as you can see there, we have a chopperoonied engine harness. Now, I traced it back and it's involved in too many things, so the best thing I thought to do was chop it there and get the old soldering iron out. So just been up to the scrapyard, and here we have, so there we have the culprit that seems to have found some ground that it wasn't supposed to find, and well and truly set on fire. And then here is the replacement. What I did, and I took this in the yard, which is an extra bit of length of that. I took it in the yard because I wanted to make sure I got the same colours, because as you guys know, my wiring not good. So I got a new harness with the same colour wires, so I can just directly match them up. And so I took this harness to the cashier at the scrapyard, and she was like, "Oh, is that a fuse box?" I was like, "Yeah." "How many relays are in there?" Relays like $8 each or something. So she tots it up and she's like, $101. I was like, dear fucking Lord, seriously? So I was like, give me a second. Let me just see if I need the relay. So headed off back into the yard and may have sequestered some of the relays in their pockets and socks and various parts of the underwear. Got back to the actual woman at the desk at the kiosk. And there's a different woman this time, so I went there and she showed the same loom to the same woman that had seen it before. She described the same item, and the woman said, okay, so that'll be $35. I've never given somebody my credit card so quick in my entire life. So yes, $35 for that loom. I got some extra airflow meters because this one got a little bit cooked. So we got those, and got the relays that may have been donated or sponsored to go in the relay box. So just got a little bit of soldering to do now. And here we have the scene of the carnage. So, refitted all of this. So this was the loom. So we're going to move that light. So this is the loom that's set on fire. As you can see, very, very crusty. So this is the loom I got from the scrapyard. Refitted it for the cruise control, all the heater stuff. Got that new fuse box, which is all down there. Followed it up, traced it up, and then we have this. So here we go. First wire soldered, and then just a couple more to go. So as soon as we join that, we'll see what's next. The calm before the storm. Here we go. That's where all the soldering repairs were made. So I've not wrapped it because I want to see if any smoke comes from it. When I connect the battery, which is going to be done in a couple of seconds. The throttle body was gummed up with soot, so I only have WD, I don't have carb cleaner, so I cleaned it out well with WD in there. The door's now all moving free. Got an airflow meter from the yard yesterday, so that's all new because that was cooked. That's the area where the fire was, and that's the new loom that I have put in. And as I say, the repair's right there. The loom's too long now, but whatever, I'd rather have it too long. So okay, next step is let's see if we can make fire, good fire, as in fire inside the engine, not bad fire in those wires there. First of all, battery on. So charged it last night, so it should have life. Fire prevention, check. So that's there and ready, just in case we need it, because Wife-tastic would be pissed if I burnt the house down. Okay, guess it's time to mount the camera and see if we can give her life. First step, ground strap on the battery. I charged it last night and it's come up green, so the battery should have life. So this is the first step. Hopefully we'll hear some clicking and stuff. I'm scared, I'm not gonna lie. Definite action. And we don't have smoke yet, no wire smoke, so. And it's not hot. It's a good first sign. I'm gonna leave the battery cable loose so I can pull it off if the worst starts to happen. Okay, so we'll see if she's got gas next. I've not reattached the radiator yet. It's in place. It's not gonna do anything. That didn't go overly well. The lights are on all the time. Something tells me I wired something wrong on that side. I don't think that's anything to do with the running though. I think the alarm is... I think the alarm's still on. I don't think the alarm's coming off. Shit. I wonder if it needs resetting or something. Still no heat in the wires, which is awesome. I can't hear the fuel pump priming, which really leads me to believe it's an alarm thing. That's disappointing. Bugger. Off the backs of failures, successes are born. If nobody said that, they should have. Trademark. I just trademarked that. So, one thing that happened after what seemed like a failure was I cleaned the throttle body out. It was full of soot, so I cleaned the throttle body out with WD-40 because I didn't have any carb cleaner or throttle body cleaner or whatever. So obviously it's oily, and if you turn the engine over long enough, it'll draw a little bit through, and it did. And it kind of fired and gave a little bit of life, so I thought the spark. So that kind of took me off the alarm issue, because I don't know whether the alarm would cut off spark and fuel or just fuel. So what I did, I put starter fluid down the intake and it ran on starter fluid. So that really leads me down to the fuel pump, and not thinking it's the actual alarm, but thinking it's a faulty fuel pump. This has probably been in the yard for months. The gas is probably fairly bad, and it's probably just corroded the fuel pump itself. I have one, luckily. Well, I have one off of Vic, which is probably going to be similar, so I'll probably just fit it and see. So yeah, so what I'm going to do now, I'm going to end this episode, and next time I see you guys, we shall be in full teardown mode, fitting a fuel pump and getting it running. Thanks for watching.